Hey, welcome to another exciting episode of the Ask Dr. Jack Show 2.0. I am Dr. Jack Belitz, chiropractor here in Omaha, Nebraska. This is not intended to give medical advice, just trying to give you great information that you get to use to make your own decisions on what you think is right for you and your family. Aaliyah out from behind the front desk into the seat here, and we are going to get started on this. Go for it.
All right, so today's topic comes from a concerned parent. Her kids are getting ready to start school, and she's really worried that her children are constantly being compared to these norms that her child doesn't necessarily fall into, but yet there's also no bad symptoms. We're not having behavior problems or health problems. We just don't quite fit normal as far as some of these doctors and schools are saying.
And this is a very, very common problem with so many people these days. And what it comes down to is the medical model loves to have a basis for which to judge everybody. So that's why we have a 120/80 blood pressure, a 98.6 degree temperature, a 100 beats per minute resting heart rate. And the list goes on and on of normal, all right, what we consider normal. But the fact is, there is nobody that has all of those things as normal. There is no Mr. Normal. Everybody's got their own perfect blood pressure and temperature and whatever. Now, in general, the number itself doesn't really tell you anything. So that is a huge issue when it comes to our society in general of what is normal.
Well, I think it comes down to a lot of times too, not so much using the word normal, but common. It's common for people to have 98.6 for their body temperature. That doesn't make it normal, because what's normal for me is what I've had my whole life, or what I continually have. So I think that's where we get lost in that verbiage there a lot.
And the worst thing about this is that because there are these textbooks with these things normal, once you come in with an abnormal number,
you're diagnosed.
Exactly. And now it's like, okay, what medication do we need to get you back to normal and force your body to be in this little box that we call Mr. Normal?
Right.
And that can lead to all kinds of crappy because all these medications and everything have side effects.
Definitely. You have long-term side effects with a lot of medications that we don't even know about yet because they're new. And then, the short-term side effects like drowsiness or runny noses or headaches. I mean, these are things that are happening to your body that aren't supposed to be happening. And a lot of times they weren't there before the diagnosis and the treatment. And then they come in, and now that's your new normal, is you just get headaches all the time because your blood pressure was not quite normal. Doesn't seem to make much sense to me.
And here's the thing, it really does. So the trick is to keep your kids from needing to go to these normal places,
Well, to find your own normal. So for instance, you can get blood pressure and you can take vital signs at home really easily and get all this stuff at Walgreens. And find out, what your child's normal temperature really is, or what their normal behaviors really are. You can track those and journal those things on your own, and then create expectations and things like that.
Based on their
normal and what you should expect for them. And, your teachers in your schools should be in on that as well.
Absolutely, And if there is, for instance, a behavioral issue, maybe your kid has trouble concentrating for more than a certain amount of time, and that is disturbing to the teacher. Well, there's a couple of things that are going on. It could be food allergies. It could be, not enough exercise. It could be all kinds. Maybe the nervous system is just going crazy inside because of stress that the teacher doesn't know about. It's in the home, or maybe there's a lot of stress at school that the parent isn't aware of because they're not there watching the kids' interaction with their friends. So there's a lot of reasons for these behaviors and issues to pop up that have to be looked at, as opposed to, oh, we've got an issue here, let's medicate this out of them, this behavior or this symptom out of there. Exactly. That's fine. So the biggest thing that we have to do is we have to keep the nervous system fully up and functional, because your body has this amazing healing power inside of it, and it's all based on the ability for your body to tell the brain, hey, we got a problem, and then for your brain, once it knows about a problem, to coordinate all the healing that has to take place in order to fix that problem. And if everything is working right, your body's going to keep you feeling healthy and happy, and your brain's going to work right and all that other stuff. But if there's a problem with that communication system, it's not going to do that properly, and you're going to show signs of symptoms. And so to make sure that your kid is, well taken care of, a regular visit to a chiropractor is a great idea. Once a month is awesome. Just a quick little checkup to make sure that things are going well. It's kind of like going to the dentist twice a year. You do that whether the kid's got a toothache or not. You do that because you want to prevent cavities. Going to a chiropractor once a month, you do that because you want to prevent any major problems from coming on. And so that's one way to do that. Another way, make sure you know your own kids' norms. Like Aaliyah was saying earlier, take their temperature every so often. Track that normal. Take their blood pressure every once in a while. Track that normal. Have some of this information, so if you do go into a medical doctor's office and they say, oh my gosh, your kid's like this, well, this is the way he is when he's feeling good, and now he's got a little problem that you're finding, and it's the same thing, so is there really a problem? They don't have that information because they've never taken the kids' vitals when they're feeling normal. So for you to provide that to them will give them some great insight as to whether or not the kid needs to be treated.
Right, definitely. And another really important thing to do to keep your kiddos, in a good place is exercise. Exercise can be hard, especially during the winter when you can't kick them outside, but that really helps to keep their bodies healthy and active and their brain functioning.
Well, it's even hard
movement.
During the summer when the kids got Xbox sitting in the room. They don't want to go outside and play. It's almost as hard to rip them away from that as it is to get them out, go outside and play in the snow. But it's so important. You've got to get the kids some exercise, whether you want to make it around a competitive sport of some sort, or just get the kid outside playing with friends and doing something,
even if it's just stretching. Stretching for 20 minutes a day can do a ton for your body and your nervous system and your soul, quite honestly. So
yeah, excellent. So that's it.
Do we have? I think that's it. Yeah.
For this episode of the Ask Dr. Jack Show, I am Dr. Jack Belitz. I am so excited that you've been with us. If you have a friend or are a parent or have maybe a child whose kids are dealing with this, please send this video on to them. Like our YouTube channel, like our Facebook page, because every one of those clicks that you make gets us more out there to the public, because this information is so critical. I mean, just one kid on a misdone drug can change their life forever in a negative way. And so, if we can possibly keep them from needing those things in the first place, how awesome would that be? So please do all that stuff. And again, so excited. Can't wait to see you on the next episode of the Ask Dr. Jack Show!